Dylan Carter from Trinidad and Tobago is one of the fastest in the world in both the 50 butterfly and freestyle. In preparation for the Paris Olympics, Dylan came to us in order to improve his start. The innovative start technique developed by Tandy involves numerous coordinated movements as the swimmer launches from the block.
Yep, 1, 2, 3, lift. Good.
After teaching this start to swimmers with varying skill levels, we've identified a series of dryland exercises and drills that break down each movement.
1, 2, 3, kick. There you go.
In just one session, we taught Dylan the Tandy Start and observed significant progress.
Now!
In our subsequent session, using our velocity meter technology, we compared Dylan's previous technique with his newly learned start and noted substantial improvement.
First thing we need to do to teach you the Tandy Start is see what you do now with your normal start. Take your mark. All right, Dylan, I think there's several things that I see that might help. So we're gonna play around today, we're gonna experiment, we're gonna see what works, what doesn't. But there's some things that I don't particularly like that you're doing, and we're gonna try some different techniques, okay? Good. All right, so Dylan, this is your take your mark position, and there's a lot of things you're doing that I like. You've got your head in alignment, rounded back, your bum is high, back heel way off the plate, which is good. I'm not so sure about the arms here. What I don't like is the elbows being bent and the wrist being bent. Your weight is also forward. That means your center of mass is right at the front edge of that block. What that means is you're not going to get a lot of propulsion for your arms because you're straight down, okay? You're trying to go back by bending the elbows, but then you lose power. So what we're going to do is we're going to shift you back about 5 degrees, not much. And I'm going to show you how Brad sets up. He does a couple of things a little bit different. And then from there, we're going to change a few more things. But the setup is first. So I think we ought to show you how he sets up and then have you try that, okay?
There are certain commonalities and distinctions in how Dylan and Brad set up. First, Brad holds the block in a different manner. He places his hand flat with his thumbs wrapped over the edge, providing a superior grip. His arms are fully extended, and he slightly shifts his weight backward, positioning more of it on his rear foot. This stance offers him greater leverage to pull against the block and launch himself forward when the gun goes off.
Let's get on the block, just like you're gonna set up for your start. I want your front foot to be right in the middle of the block, not over here, okay? So front foot in the middle, and then your back heel off the plate. But when you're here, I want you to be a little bit more balanced so you're not lined up together, so you a little bit more shoulder width apart. That means that foot's gonna be over. And your arms are gonna hang right there. You're not going to go any lower than that, so you're not the first guy to get in to take your mark position. All right, so when he says take your mark, you're going to go down, grab with the thumb on the front. Okay, you grab, arms straight, you lift the back foot up, off the plate, lift it completely off, move it over, and then go back 5 degrees, like that, okay? That's where now you're in the set position. Okay, let's try it a couple of times. So start front foot in the middle, back heel off the plate, but separated. Arms right there. Wiggle those hands, arms really loose. There you go. Take your mark, grab, lift, lean. Beautiful. That's it. And you feel that weight shift, you're ready to explode. Let's try with a dive, and then I'm going to go back and start to change a few things on your dive. Take your mark. I like this setup better. The arms are straight, you're shifting your weight back just 5 or 10 degrees, you feel that weight go to the back foot. All the forces are lined up with your front foot and your back foot in the same plane. And now you've got your upper arms, those strong arms, working on your behalf, pulling that front end of the block out, ejecting you forward. So I think that's a better way to start your race, like that. So from there, now I'm going to teach you a few of the things he does on the way out. Because we want to get you to hit that water like he does at 3.4 meters, not 3 meters. Okay? And he does a few coupling motions better, and he does a little hip lift at the end that you're not doing to get in clean. The next thing, before you get on the block and try it, you're doing it pretty much like Caleb does, which a little bit of bend. But I want to try to do it, when you swim fly, you're going straight, right? I want to see if we can keep the arms straight. The longer I make those arms, the more energy there is in that.
Okay.
So we practice by you just looking at me, holding your arms out here in front. And you're going to drop the arms down, arch your back, and make a big circle back to hyper streamline. Okay.
Go back to hyper streamline.
Finish it hyper streamline. So arch, up, and back. Good. Go way back with that lower back and back to hyper streamline. But the arms stay straight the whole time. So you're going to come way around. As much flexibility as you got, you want those arms to come up and over the top. Okay. Good. All right. So you look on the start, you're looking up and back to there. Good. All right, let's try it. Same setup. As you leave the block, you're going to look up, hold your head up. You did that well.
Yeah.
Keep it up until those arms come past your shoulders. Then bring it back down, okay? Let's see how it works. Front foot in the middle, back heel off the plate, little separation. Relax those arms. Take your mark. Okay, that was good. That was good. Better. You see how you, beautiful head lift, great trajectory. Okay, the arms are straight, and you've got your head up. You keep it up, but you bend them right there. You see when you went straight to bent, you lost a lot of energy right in that point. So you want to keep that energy strong all the way out into the front. What I love is the arch in your back. We're going to make that back leg kick even bigger. And from here, right there, we're going to send those hips.
Ooh, that's too vertical, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's why you're going too deep. And we can solve that by lifting the hip right at the end. That'll keep you from going too deep, okay? But that was good. That was better.
Yeah,
We're
that's
getting
a lot
there.
better. Once we flatten that out, that's going to be a real wicked dive, actually.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. We can try the arm again, but we also can move into the back leg kick part if you want to do that, and see if we can get that leg kick a little bit more ferocious. We practice before you do the start by grabbing the back of the block. Okay, so basically you're just going to grab here, put your right foot is forward, so your left foot back. And then what I want you to do on 3 is arch your back, look up, and kick the back leg, even if you have to jump off the front foot. Kick it so it's straight up in the air, as high as you can go, like a mule. All right, here we go. Point the toe though. 1, 2, 3, kick. Point the toe backward like a ballerina. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, kick. There you go. That's a kick.
Yeah.
That's a kick. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Beautiful. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
When you show me that kick, then you're flying through the air. Try to keep the arms like you got a splint on them all the way around to the front, okay? All right, and then add that little kick at the back kick, and you're gonna be way out there, all right? All right, big arm swing, big kick with the legs. Take your mark. The kick was better. We got to fix the hip. That's the key right now for that. I think the rest of it is good. Maybe can get a little better, but I think that hip lift is the last element that's really important. You could even go higher than that. You could get those toes pointed straight up. A little bit of a knee bend right at the end of the leg, so it's straight bend. What we have to now get you to feel that hip lift.
Yeah.
So what we can do right here is just a little short run and dive, okay? And when you do that run and dive before you hit the water, and just take 3 steps or 2 steps, push off with a little speed, and just go forward into a streamline, but then throw your hips up right before you hit the water. And when you do that, you're gonna have an aha moment. It's like, okay, I get it now. Okay, let's practice 3 hip lifts before you do the run and dive.
Just here?
Yep, 1, 2, 3, lift. Good, 1, 2, 3, lift. Good, one more, 1, 2, 3, lift. All right, and just do that, go straight out, do that before you hit the water, and you're done. Beautiful. That was it, Dylan. That was it. I mean, you should have felt that.
Yeah.
That was clean. That was clean entry. And that's what I want to see. There was just the right amount, I think. We'll look at it on the video. The irony is if you overbend the hip, you go too deep. If you don't bend the hip, you go too
there we
deep.
go.
See that? That's it. That's exactly what you want to see.
Ah,
at
interesting.
entry.
I felt it like.
Yeah, it's like an aha moment. I
Yeah.
tell you, when you do that hip lift and you go in, you just feel like nothing's holding you back. You're just sliding in and you keep that speed. You want to hold that speed. You're going 13 miles an hour
Yeah.
when you hit the water. And you don't want to lose that. You want to keep that as well as you can. You're going to lose it, some of it, but you can lose a lot of it. And if you don't point those toes, that can cause another problem. You got to really point the toes at the end. But let's see if we can put it all together. All right? Let's try one with. Here we go. Take your mark. So Dylan, that was great until the hip lift, and the hip lift didn't happen. And that hip lift keeps you from going deep. Okay, that's the key. And it didn't happen. You were still straight as an arrow going in. And when you're straight, you're going in, and then the only way you can change directions is almost by bending your knees or, staying down for 15 meters, which you're probably going to do anyway, but you don't want to go that deep.
It's going to be up.
Yeah.
And then down.
Yep, you go from arched to
down.
extended.
Yeah,
You go
yeah.
past horizontal. And I'll say now in the middle, in the air, and you remember to throw it up there when I say now. Here we go. Take your mark. Now!
I think that was better.
We got it. Good arm motion. Could get better on the arm motion and the kick.
Oh, and there we go.
So right there.
Very, very clean entrance.
Yeah.
Woo!
Look at
Nice.
that. Like
Almost
no
no
splash.
splash.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
That was good.
Yeah. Look at that. It only took us 5-6 starts.
Well, I would expect no less from you. Great on the hip lift. Now if you just improve the arm swing and the back kick, which you can, you've done it,
Yeah.
you're off to the races. And all right, you just need to feel it. Take your mark. Now! Definitely got the hip lift that time. The arm swing was good. The only thing I didn't like was the toes right at the end.
My toes.
You got to think like a ballerina at the end. You got to really lift those toes and point them in. Everything else was good. Everything else was good.